Hi, I'm Dr. Leif Smith, clinical psychologist with over 20 years experience helping people from all walks of life. If you are a man, like me, and if you are introverted, like I am also, I'm here today to talk about how being an introverted man is actually bad for your mental health. Okay, now that I've got your attention, first off, I don't want to tell you that introversion by itself is a bad thing. It's not. You're not in danger just because you're introverted. You're in danger because you're introverted and you're a man. And I'm going to explain why that is. But first, let's talk about introversion and what it really is. People think introversion, I think a lot of people think this, introversion means you don't want to hang out with people. It means you don't want to be around people. That's not true at all. Those of you that are introverts, let me know in the comments, and you're going to agree with this. What introversion really means is you get your energy and you recharge when you're on your own. Usually in solitude, usually doing things like reading a book, working on a project by yourself, doing something solitary, withdrawing from all the noise and the hubbub and the clamor of life. Introversion just means that's how you recharge. Now, my wife, for example, is an extrovert. She recharges the opposite way. She recharges through being with other people, through being around other people's energy. That charges her up. So holidays are wonderful for her, and sometimes I need to get off on my own and recharge a little bit. So being an introvert doesn't mean that there is something wrong with you, and it doesn't mean that you don't want to be around people. And like I said, those of you that are introverts will agree. Okay, so my first thought here is we got to keep in mind as introverts that we are wired biologically to need each other. Since the days of the caveman, we have been wired genetically deep down in our DNA to need each other, to want to be with each other. Introverts are wired the same way. So deep down, we do have a need, even though we prefer to be recharging in quiet spaces, even though sometimes we need to get away from the ruckus of life. We are still wired to need people. So it's an important fact to keep in mind that this is DNA. We cannot fight our DNA. And the DNA is wired to pull us towards other people, to pull us into a tribe of some sort so that we feel like we belong, we have others to take care of us, to share ideas with, yada yada. We gotta understand that first of all. However, there's a problem that can develop when you're an introvert. The problem is that sometimes you get too good at recharging. You get too good at being on your own, too good at disappearing into the library to read a book for 2 hours. Why is that a problem? Well, we're withdrawing from people. We're withdrawing from our life. Sometimes it just becomes a bad habit in some ways. I know in my life, it's way too easy for me to go to my office and grab a book and read, or play a video game, or go do some genealogy research, or go work on my other hobbies, such as my baseball cards, things like that, by myself, and to pull away and recharge. 2 hours later, where did the time go? So the problem with this is sometimes we make it into a bad habit. We get too good at it, too comfortable with it, and we think more is better. And that's not the case, because like I said, we are wired to need to be with people. And when we develop these bad habits that go contrary to that wiring, problems will start popping up. So now we need to also understand that typically many men, I think many men will agree with me on this one, many men that are watching the video too, believe that it is not safe to express our emotions. We're not comfortable with it, we don't get good at it, and we find that society tends to punish us when we do put ourselves out there and get vulnerable by expressing our emotions. I know I felt that way in my life before. In relationships, sometimes in the past, it could feel like when I expressed myself, when I expressed my pain or my hurt or my loneliness, I feel like I get ridiculed. I feel like I got put in my spot. Like, don't be like that. Be tough. Buck up, right? Those of you out there watching this video might agree. In Western society, men typically, and I'm speaking in generalizations here, don't feel comfortable expressing emotion. That can be a problem because now we've got the fact that we're male and we've got the fact that we're introverted, and that's a combination that comes together. And so now we are going off on our own to recharge. And when we are with people and our battery's running down, right? When we are around other people in our tribe, so to speak, we're not expressing our true feelings. We're not getting it out. And we need to do that as men. We need to do that because when we do that, we feel less alone. When we do that, we feel more a part of the tribe. And there is also a lot of value in hanging out with other men and expressing emotions with them and having them validate those emotions as being true for their experience also. I know that is so refreshing to me when I can hang out with other men, especially other men my age who are fathers, who are athletes, who are business people, and we can hang out and talk shop, so to speak, and express feelings and express insecurities and express our frailties, and nobody's judging everyone else. In fact, we're buttressing each other. We're buoying each other's confidence because we're all agreeing that, yep, been there, done that, felt that. I want to know what your experience is like. So leave a comment below. Make sure you like and subscribe. I want to have you as part of my community that I'm building here on YouTube. So thank you for stopping by, and I will see you in my next video.